With a new year and a new convention season approaching, I thought this would be the perfect time to offer up a few little helpful hints to get you and your reputation through the other side unscathed. Mostly. This particular segment goes out to those male convention goers. I'm sure you've noticed that when hanging out in a convention hall packed with women in tightly dressed spandex and revealing sequined outfits, it can be difficult to know where to look, what to say, and where to put your hands. So I've thrown together a few pointers to get you headed in the right direction. I call it How to Avoid Being Branded a Convention Creeper. It's no secret that girls at conventions can be quick to judge a guy, especially if said guy is not exactly Robert Downey Jr. in the looks department. This is incredibly unfair, but there are some steps you can take to avoid being thought of this way. For example, instead of saying something like, "Hey girl, I really love the way your costume shows off your assets, if you know what I mean," is probably a step in the wrong direction. Instead, try saying something like, "Your costume is amazing, it really suits you." If you're unsure, try to imagine you're talking to a close female relative. Would you tell your mum that her backside looks banging in that tight lycra? Would you tell your sister you want to navigate those curves and drive her wild? Would you tell your cousin that her chest puppies were trying to escape from her shiny pleather catsuit? If you would, you probably have bigger problems than being called a convention creeper. So you've managed to greet a girl and compliment her costume without freaking her out completely. Congratulations. Now it's time to take a photo with her. Uh-oh. She's getting closer, and suddenly it seems there's nowhere appropriate to place your hands. Do you chicken out and hover hand like so? Or do you play it cool and casual? We suggest standing next to your chosen cosplay girl, leaving a small gap between the two of you, and resting your hand on her shoulder like so. If she's comfortable, it's likely she'll close the gap between the two of you and place her hand on your waist or strike some other pose. Ready, guys? If she's not comfortable, she'll probably subtly move away. Try to take your cue from her. Which brings us to another point. Girls in real life do not usually play hard to get. If a girl turns her back on you, tries to end the conversation, or walks away from you, there's a good chance it's probably because she's got something else to do or is simply not interested in talking to you anymore. Following a girl around a con, constantly bugging her for attention and saying things like, "I'm so glad we met. I think we were meant to be together. It's fate." It's probably one of the quickest ways to earn yourself a creeper title. If a girl doesn't seem interested in you, following her around a convention like an infatuated stalker is unlikely to win her affections. Instead, when a girl says something like, "It was nice to meet you, thanks," or, "Well, see you," try saying something like, "Thanks for the photo, do you have a Facebook page or something?" Or, "Yeah, thanks, maybe I'll see you around." Unfortunately, convention girls can be fickle creatures, and even keeping my advice in mind can never guarantee your reputation safe passage through a con. With a little luck and some common sense though, it's now far more likely you'll come out the other side unscathed. Remember, even though they may be dressed in shiny, tight, sequined outfits, they're people just like you. Give them a little respect, and it's likely you'll get some in return.